Back when I was 13, we had this huge event in school that you could attend, go like to a nerd-only school. It's basically like Harvard, but it's more like a poorer version of it. And at that time, I was studying for this event, bro. I wanted badly to go to that nerdy high school or some bullshit, because I was a nerd by myself. And it took part of like the summer holidays. It wasn't like part of the normal schooling system. And so to study for it, we're kind of going to like a group homeschooling that you pay each month to simplify it for you. And damn, bro, I felt left behind. These kids like have a huge portfolios of all the lessons that we studied since the start of the year, and they somehow memorize everything in it. Meanwhile, I barely knew what are the lessons that are gonna be in those exams, bro. It kinda hit me, bro. These kids are studying alone. They're sitting there at home and making this dumbass portfolios. And even though I was like the second of the class, and I was a nerd myself, I was basically getting better grades than most of them, but still left behind, bro. And sometimes those fat teachers will give us like some homework to do so they can like fix it in the homeschooling session. And I never done my homework, bro. I didn't even do homework in the school by itself where you get like punished for it, to do it in like homeschooling, which I'm paying for, bro. Get out of my way. And so I said, there is no way you guys are gonna be doing the homework, right? Right, guys? Oh shit, why is everyone done? Should I go shocked, bro? How the hell did these kids do it, bro? Dude, 10 minutes ago when I was playing a competitive game of Valorant, bro, and these kids just finished like a whole series of math exercises, bro. Come on. These kids are actually sitting there and studying for hours alone. And so we kept revising for a while and everything. And then we finally got to that big ass event that I could actually get to that fake Harvard with. And surprise, surprise, I obviously failed and I didn't go to that fake Harvard school, which I'm somewhat grateful for, because if I went there, I wouldn't be making this video, because I wouldn't be able to balance high school with like making YouTube videos more consistently. So that was like a more positive thing. Anyways, where am I getting with this point? Cut out of the script. So when I got my result in that event, it kind of hit me right. I wasn't getting good grades by doing a lot of work right. I always outsmarted the system, bro. I would like study in the exam night and go through that homeschooling where those fat teachers give you exactly what's gonna be in the exam, so you don't even have to go to school. And now you're revising the exam night for a couple of hours and now you get A pluses. It was a joke. I always hacked the system, bro. Those kids are studying 10 times as much as I do and don't get my grades because they're not being efficient. But when I go to this huge event, which like matters the most because we're gonna have it like in the end of high school too, I failed badly, bro, because it needed work, bro. You couldn't like predict the exam by like a few exercises. You couldn't outsmart the system because it's effed up by itself. And so of course I failed, because I couldn't sit there alone and do some math exercises. I'm always playing Valorant or something. And you have probably gone through the same thing, like, how could these guys just sit there and study alone and I can't? And to give you a short answer, bro, you're not disciplined enough to do the work by yourself. But Azor, shut up. You've been literally programmed by the education system to not do the work by yourself. You've been always told to do the work by those fat teachers, bro. And now you can't just sit there and do it alone without anyone telling you to do it. You literally need someone next to you, sitting next to you, waiting for you to do the work so you can actually do it. And I guarantee you, most of the times, you're not gonna have that, because if you could pay for someone that could sit there all day, keeping you accountable on the work that you're gonna do, probably don't even need to work in the first place. And you could probably relate to this too, bro. You've been programmed to not do the work in holidays. Think of it for a while, bro. You get disciplined in school and you're even doing some homework. You're waking up at 8 a.m. and you're going to school for 8 hours. Then now you get to the exams period where you get more disciplined because you have to revise every single day. But then you got holidays and the discipline that you've just built up goes like this. And you're not even brushing your teeth anymore. You're not even making your bed anymore. You haven't even showered for 2 weeks, bro. And your gaming share stinks. And you just can't stop playing Genshin Impact all day. You probably have noticed that. Don't lie to me. And think of it, bro. They programmed you for that. And those nerdy friends that you have that could study alone are still brainwashed too, bro. They have just build the habit of studying from a young age, or they have like strict parents who will keep them accountable on the work that you're doing. Literally be that one guy who's standing up next to them so they can keep them accountable on their work that I've just talked about. Or they might have progressed a little to doing the work by themselves. But most of the times, bro, those nerdy kids are still programmed, bro. If they wanted to like start working out by themselves, they are not gonna be doing it, bro. Trust me, bro. Most of them wouldn't do it alone because they always needed that accountability that's telling them to do it. Go study for your exam, bro. Shut the hell up. And you probably could relate to this, bro. You go through that shitty exam period and now you get to like summer holidays and you want to start doing something productive. For me, it was like doing the work for the anime channel that I was working on. But I never been productive, bro. I will spend the first 2 weeks playing Genshin Impact and Valorant so I can finally do like a productive week or something. Just because those guys programmed you to play in summer holidays, cause you gotta play, bro. Holidays are made for playing and fun. Shut the hell up, bro. Holidays and weekends are your only way to get out of the matrix, and you're wasting them playing, bro. Those are your opportunity, bro. You wanna quit the matrix, you wanna be rich. Holidays and weekends are your biggest weapon. So in this video, I will help you unprogram yourself. Literally, unbrainwash yourself so you can easily study alone, work alone, without having that shitty accountability next to you, so you can finally get out of that damn matrix. And so give me your attention. You could play this video at 2x speed if you want, because I'm not gonna be adding too much edits, bro. And you could turn these subtitles too if you're like having trouble hearing my English accent, bro. And as you can see, I'm gonna mention too many points in this video, so I don't want you to just binge watch them and then go click on that speed video that's popping up there. Just pay attention to a few points, maybe 2 or 3, take action on them right now or the next day, and then get back to watching this video and etc, etc. And the first point is to start slow, bro. To level up your ability to do the work by yourself, you want to progressively do it just like you do in the gym, right? You can't just get super motivated and turn to an alpha male hearing this because you got triggered by the things that I've told you. You can't just do that, bro, because I've done this multiple times. I always go like super dopamine detox for a couple of days and like do 8 hours of work every single day and not move from my desk making that cringy AMV. And I will go for a 2-hour walk in the morning and do every single productive habit that those guys are doing. But 2 days later I burn out and I got back to playing Genshin Impact. And so you know you gotta progressively do this. Don't just wanna use all that discipline that you saved up from years ago in these couple of days, bro. You don't wanna do that. So I want you to start by like simple things, right? Go make your bed right now. Go brush your teeth. And maybe shower because you probably haven't done it in a while. Get off this video and go do it. I'm waiting here. But Azer, how's this gonna help me? Shut up. You're literally here on the discipline scale. Little girls are more disciplined than you because you probably haven't made your bed and brushed your teeth in a while, but you've only done it now just because I've told you. And so you gotta progress your way up from there, bro. You're still into that little girl level, and then you could get to like the alpha male level, but you progressively do this, bro. I never thought I could work and work out while fasting in Ramadan, but I still have got to do it. I never thought that I could be scripting this video in school, bro, but I progressed my way to it. And I started at your level, bro. I was in that little girl level, bro. When I started my self-improvement, bro, I haven't brushed my teeth in like months, bro. My bed was stinking. And so start with those small tasks. Go clean your room. Go make your bed and shower if you haven't done that and you're still watching this video like a pussy. And maybe do a 30 minutes of revising today. Maybe after school or something. Literally just 30 minutes of revising for that single exam that you just kept in mind. Put a timer and start working. And then you could progress your way up to like an hour and a half and everything. Don't forget to start slow and then progress your way up. Because we want to keep this as consistent as possible. And the second point, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. When I started watching Hamza, I always finished his videos, right? I always got to that quote where he said, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And not gonna lie, bro, that quote triggered me to get up and do the damn work on that anime video that I was procrastinating on for weeks, bro. But I just couldn't get up and do the damn work because I spent all the morning watching anime and then playing Genshin Impact, and even worse, I might fap 2 times and lower my testosterone, and now I just don't feel like doing anything. And so I kept staring on that editing program for a while and then go back to watching that anime. But when I heard this quote from Hamza, it triggered me to get up and do the damn work. And by time, I've leveled up my ability to do the work by myself, because I was doing it even if I fapped 2 times before, even if I got hit by a truck 20 minutes ago. Even if I'm one episode away from finishing that shitty anime, I still have done the work. And then I added these tools that I'm gonna give you and cured all my addictions, and now I got to like an alpha male discipline of doing the work by myself. And so this was like the best starting point for me, bro. And you probably could relate to this. You probably wanted to do some work and you just got those shitty thoughts every time you sit down to do it. But I could be watching anime, shut up. But just one more episode, shut up. Do the hard work even if you don't feel like it. This quote is so good that I'm just literally copying it from Hamza, because it just concludes it all. Once you sit down to do the work and you start getting these random thoughts, these pussy thoughts that don't just let you do the work, which is basically the program of the Matrix. But you say no to that program. You say F to this program and you do the work even if you don't feel like it. And so I literally want you to program that quote in you. Literally reverse what they are doing to you. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Keep that in mind. But be aware, after like you progress in your self-improvement journey, this quote will not help you as much as I said in that video. But you're still in the starter point, so you don't really care about it, so forget that I said anything. And the third point is to habit track the work. Now we don't just want to do the work by ourselves. We want to build the habit of doing the work by ourselves. And so to do that, we're gonna use a habit tracker. Let's just take a paper right now and make like columns. Make the left columns for the date and then make a column and just call it work. And every time you do an hour of work, you just make this Romanian symbol or something. The details doesn't matter. You can even write down how much minutes you've done. And literally keep that habit tracker on your desk. And so every time you get up to do the work, you see the progress that you've made and get even more motivated to do more progress. And you'll have this feeling, bro, you don't want to miss a damn day on that habit tracker. You will have this feeling, bro, just seeing those hours put into this project. You don't want to miss a day. And when I started implementing this, I never missed a single day of my anime channel intentionally. Sometimes I'm traveling or have like more exams or some bullshit and don't have the time to do the work. But think of it, bro. I've never missed a day intentionally. Think of how motivating that is, bro. Just seeing the hours of work that you've put in makes you feel so motivated that literally triggers you. It triggers you to miss a day work intentionally. So make the habit tracker if you haven't already before you pass this next point. And fourth, do it first thing in the morning. You probably watch those successful guys' morning routine, and it's always that guy who's ripped and like 7% body fat, and he just woke up from the bed with like boxers and everything. It's always that same thumbnail. And they will always work out in the morning, and at 8:30 a.m. they just sat down to do the work. Meanwhile, at 8 a.m. bro, you're still scrolling through YouTube shorts on your phone. And maybe you just fapped and then watched like 2 hours of anime, play some video games, eat something, and only then you're energized to work out or do some work. Meanwhile, at that time, bro, those guys are already getting ready to bed and they have achieved 10 times as much as you have done. And so that must be something in that morning routine. That must be something in that morning routine that makes your productivity goes like this throughout the day and never decline. And that's absolutely right. If you wake up and do the work, either work or workout first thing in the morning, you'll feel like an alpha male, bro. You'll feel like a sigma male that you don't even want to ruin the day anymore by fapping afterwards. You don't want to do that. And besides that, you probably noticed that you have like more mental power in the morning. You probably have done it. You're revising for a math exam and you're just stuck on that exercise and your brain just can't work anymore. You sleep, you wake up, and you suddenly could do it easily now. That's because you haven't used the brain power that you got at the start of the day, right? Your brain power is just like a stamina bar. And I guarantee you, most of the times that you get to do your work in, it's like when your stamina is like this, bro. You never just woke up and done the work. When your stamina is full, you've always gone to school, wasted time, scrolled to Instagram, fapped, and then got to work when your stamina is like -5 because you wasted all that brain power. And how many times you got to like 4 p.m. or something and you just go back to school and said, oh, I can't bother hitting a workout now. It's because your stamina is at this point, bro. You have no mental power left. That bullshit school just drained your damn energy. And this is another point that I mentioned in that video. So if you could work and work out first in the morning when your brain power bar is full, you will see how much more productive and how much more you're gonna enjoy the work that you're doing. Obviously, when you fast, because if you're gonna eat first thing in the morning like a whole bowl of oatmeal, you're gonna be feeling sleepy and you're not gonna be able to achieve anything. And so don't forget to fast the first 3 hours in the morning and don't eat that much carbs throughout the lunch, and then you could do whatever you want. And even Andrew Huberman talks about this, was like a science nerd. He tells you to do the hardest tasks in the first 8 hours of the morning because you can tolerate that mental fraction in those 8 hours, which is basically like not procrastinate, bitch in your workouts and everything. And you will see, bro, your workouts will feel easy. Everything will feel easy just because you've done it first thing in the morning. And now let's get to the next point. Schedule your time. Till now, you probably never scheduled your time right. You've always followed that shitty school schedule that I gave you in the start of the year and make sure to go to that history class from 4 to 5 because you gotta be in school from 9 to 5 and end up broke. Someone else kept always scheduling your time, bro, and you never have sat down and think of scheduling your damn time. And so you don't care of the rest of the time of the week that you got outside of school and you say, oh, it's just my rest day, bro. Shut the hell up. Even though you know for a fact that you could be doing something productive in that rest time that you got, but you just scared less because you said, oh, it's Netflix. Shut the hell up. Now it might feel overwhelming scheduling your time and you probably just got uncomfortable telling you to schedule your damn time. And I'm gonna admit, it's somewhat of a hard thing for a normal guy. But do you want to be a normal guy? The chances that you got to this point of the video, you probably don't want to be an average guy. And this tool will help you implement all the points that I've talked about. Because if you don't write them minute by minute, hour by hour, you're not going to be doing them. And vice versa. If you don't write down that you're gonna be fapping every single morning, you're not gonna be doing that. And so you're literally reversing the program, bro. You're literally using that damn tool that it programmed you in the matrix with for your advantage. And so take another paper or open a note on your damn phone and write down what you're gonna be doing for the rest of this day, and make sure to schedule before you sleep that you're gonna be writing another schedule for tomorrow. And you might be eating while watching this like I always do. And so open the note in your phone and put it in front of you so you don't forget it or write it down somewhere. Just figure it out. And after you've done that, make sure that you put the work blocks less than 1 hour and a half, because 99% of people just can't really focus for that long, even me, if I'm like doing some really deep work. So make sure to reduce it and not schedule like 5 hours of non-stop work like I've done in my first days. That's okay. I'm telling you from my mistake. And this will honestly like hack your life, bro. You will never want to miss that block that you've scheduled, bro. Because once you schedule it, you don't want to be missing it. And you might underestimate the time that it takes you like to get back from school and get ready to work and meditate. And don't worry if like really off schedule or something. Just adjust it if you want. And if it's not that big of a thing, just do the damn work and don't really care that much. Because the fact that you sat down yesterday to think of how your day looked like is a huge progress, bro. You don't get it. It's huge progress to boost your productivity. And make sure that you schedule rest between your work blocks. But don't rest by playing video games and watching anime, because that will not make you rest in the first place. Just rest your mind either by working out, eating, or resting, actually like taking a damn nap or meditating. Don't rest by playing video games, just rest by damn resting. And 6, set goals and discover your purpose. When you set goals, you literally program your mind to damn achieve it, bro. It's literally like you have a whole accountability person next to you that someone is paying for. That's what fees setting the goal. You literally program your mind to doing the work so you can achieve it. But Izar, I don't even know what to do with my life. Shut up. You know what you want to do with your life. You know it. You probably got these random thoughts of what do you see yourself 10 years from now. You probably got the thought of being a YouTuber or coder or a dropshipper or something, but you just kept procrastinating on them or just couldn't do the work on them by yourself because you've been programmed by the damn matrix. So literally open a note on your phone or your damn paper or something and write down those thoughts, bro, and start setting goals in there. You wanna be a YouTuber? Set the goal to upload a video tomorrow. I don't know, bro, it's your choice. Just shut everything up, start thinking of that thought, and set goals about it, and start taking action on them. And your goals might lay with getting good grades and might not. For me, I don't care about getting good grades because I'm doing this. And so it doesn't feel fulfilling for me. It doesn't feel energizing. And I know I'm not gonna achieve anything if I'm not getting fulfillment from the thing that I'm doing. But still, I've leveled up my ability to do the work by myself. So if like I'm obliged to work alone on school, I will do it like now. It's so easy for me to sit down and study, bro. It's literally easier than scripting this video. It takes zero mental power. Now after I've leveled up my skill to do the work by myself, I've realized how easy it is to study, bro. You don't get too much mental fraction because you have like so much accountability, like so much people telling you to study. And like 2 years later, even if I had like these 10 guys telling me to study, I wouldn't study, bro. That's how shit my skill to do the work by myself was, bro. But here's the thing, when you're like trying to work on your new purpose and it doesn't lay with getting good grades, you're gonna not know what you're doing for months or even years. You will have this imposter syndrome and you're gonna make a shit ton of mistakes to get your shit together. Because with school, you know what you're gonna do. You know you're gonna memorize your notes. You know they're gonna pass the exam. But if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to cope with feeling a lot of uncertainty and you're gonna waste a lot of time and make a lot of mistakes. And I'm gonna mention this in this video where I'm gonna talk about what productivity YouTubers aren't telling you. So go watch it once you start taking action on that thing that's giving you fulfillment. And you will see how much the ability to do the work by yourself will skyrocket, because you don't have to convince yourself that studying math and like making these dumbass graphs is actually something productive and I'm gonna use it in my life. This is what I wanna do and I'm gonna dedicate 100% to it. That's the mindset that you will have if you work on something fulfilling. And after that, you will become more disciplined than those guys that are studying alone. You will like step on them if you wanted to, or somehow you find that getting good grades is fulfilling again. You will step on them, bro. You will like squeeze the heck out of them if you wanted to. And the 7th point is make it energizing. Now, if you took action on the last point that I've mentioned and you started setting goals on your purpose, that one thing that makes you so fulfilled, so happy, so energized when you do it, you won't really struggle with enjoying your work, right? You don't have to use anything to make it energizing. But I don't know about you, for me, like, if I'm editing a video, I don't get that much fulfillment from it. Or if I'm studying a useless subject in school that I probably don't even need in my real life, that shit doesn't energize me. But you're still somewhat obliged to edit your YouTube videos or study for those subjects. And so you gotta somewhat make it energizing. And to do that, let's first talk about school. You wanna choose the major which has like the subjects that you used to enjoy, right? And still somewhat enjoy, even though you know that going to school is like gonna make you poor and everything, but you still feel energized and you somewhat get fulfillment from like doing a couple of subjects, and you might know them, right? They might play with your current purpose if you're trying to learn how to code or something, or they might not, but they still make you energized. And so choose the major that got those subjects. And so when you're trying to revise for them, you don't have to convince yourself that doing this shit is actually something productive. And second is music. Now this depends on the type of work that you're doing. I can't just put on loud music next to me while recording this damn video. For me personally, I used to listen to music when I first like got back to editing my anime news videos, because editing is somewhat boring. As I said, it doesn't really energize me, even though it's essential and everything, because if I will post this video, you will get bored from the times that I have to repeat my sentences. But after a while, once I've leveled up the discipline to like sit down and work, it kinda got really annoying to add music, because I was still like editing sounds right. I needed to listen to the damn anime memes videos that I was making so I can edit them right. I couldn't just focus on loud ass music while doing the work. And so I stopped that. I didn't really need music afterwards. So I'll tell you, just experiment with it. If it can give you that first push so you can like get the momentum and suddenly everything is easy so you don't need it now, use music. Or just keep using it if it helps you focus more. For me, I don't like it, but some people out there could just like multitask everything, bro. Have you seen Andrew Tate? He got like a monitor in front of him, he has like the chest in front of him and his phone next to him. So it's like doing this and then this and then this. Some people can just do that and multitask 3 things. And if you can't, you could do your thing. But don't use it as an excuse to unfocus from your work, right? You gotta be honest with yourself if you're like focusing or not, because that will ruin your productivity. If you're like a music track editor and you're like listening to music At the same time, bro, that's scope at that point, bro. You shouldn't listen to music, and you already know it. And the third thing that will help you be more energized is caffeine. Now, if you didn't know, caffeine like really energizes you. It gives you like a tunnel vision. It just makes you 10 times more focused and productive. And it's like the healthiest kind of stimulus compared to like nicotine and drugs. And so you probably shouldn't be eating it with your breakfast that got like a shit ton of carbs that will make you feel sleepy because you're eating it first thing in the morning. You gotta drink caffeine, preferably like an hour after you wake up, so like your cortisol can raise, and you add caffeine to it and your cortisol just spikes to the roof, and you will see how much energized you will be when you get to do your work, either study or work on your purpose. Now here's the thing. I used to say that drinking caffeine 8 to 10 hours before you sleep, it's not really gonna be beneficial for you because it might ruin your sleep and everything. But if you like just got back from school and it's 4 AM or some bullshit, and you might be like sleeping in 10 or something, but you got no energy to do anything even though you've just ate, and you have a workout to hit, and you just can't do nothing than sitting on the bed and watching YouTube videos and think you're doing something productive. I don't think it's really worth it to like ruin your productivity by maybe delaying your sleep for an hour or something. It depends on the person and the dose of caffeine that you've got. And so if you're in those kind of scenarios and you just got no energy to do any work, just drink caffeine. Make sure it's a small dose if you're like closer to your bedtime, but it's worth it, bro, because I would rather get more work done than like sleep for an extra 30 minutes or something. But obviously make sure that you don't pass the recommended dose for your weight at least. Even though Andrew Tate said like the recommended dose is made by the Matrix so it can make you unproductive, and the guy just drinks 10 to 15 coffees a day. I'm still not sure about that, and if I start implementing it at some point, I will tell you. But for now, just don't pass the recommended dose. And the fourth thing is to do it with someone. Now this video is titled How to Do the Work Alone. So this point is like counter theory to like what I'm talking about. But you're technically doing the work by yourself because you've told your friend to like study with each other and everything. And so if you got a shitty exam, just invite one of those nerds and study an exam together. Or if you're like trying to code or something, grab your laptop with you, sit in a coffee or something, invite your friend, and keep coding together. Try to make the work energizing. I'm just giving you some inspiration, right? You will know how to make your work as energizing as possible. And the eighth point is never lose momentum, bro. You probably notice when you go through like a long holiday and then you get back to school and everything suddenly feels hard again. Dude, you barely could write again. You literally forgot how to write just because you spent 2 weeks in a holiday, bro. Think of it. And like doing maths, it's suddenly so hard now and you can't get any problem right, and that's because you have lost momentum, because momentum makes everything simple and easy. And you might have noticed this with your workouts. At your first 2 weeks in the gym, it feels like hell, it sucks and you just want to quit, but a month later, 2 months later, this shit is easy now. This is so fulfilling and energizing. I don't want to miss my workouts. Bro, who the hell misses their workout? And you start building the identity in yourself. And if you didn't know, your identity shapes your habits and your habits shapes your identity. And so you've shaped the identity of someone who works out and never misses his workouts because you've gained that momentum. And so we want to do the same thing when trying to do the work by ourselves. We want to never lose momentum. Literally, we want to do the work every day if we can, so we could build the identity in us, and you will get to the point and say, who the heck spends all his day watching anime? You will get to that point, bro. And this is why I told you to discover your purpose. This is why I told you to habit track the work that you're gonna do, so you can always have work to do which is not compatible with school. Because oh, holidays, bro, you shouldn't do any work in holidays. You just sit there and relax. Am I supposed to do this all day? Shut the hell up, bro. I want to work every single day of my life if I could. And that's why I told you to discover your purpose. Like, have no one to limit you to how much work that you could do. Literally, bro, in the YouTube space, no one can limit you, bro. You could outburn yourself. You could overdose caffeine and not sleep, and no one will care. You don't have any limits. You can just work 200 hours weeks and no one really cares. That's why I told you to like do something purposeful and habit track the work, so you make it a rule. If you miss one day for any dumbass reason, you're not gonna miss the second day. Make it a rule. You can't miss the work twice, because if you're gonna miss it twice, you're gonna lose a lot of momentum. And so even when you're traveling or something, do a simple part of your work that you could do anywhere and just do it. Just program this in your mind, like the last quote I've told you: never lose momentum. And the next point is a 10-minute procrastination hack. At that time where I finally got back to doing the work after like watching Hamza's videos and hearing his quotes and scheduling my time and habit tracking the work, I started meditating and doing like a couple other habits that he's advising you to do if you like never watch Hamza. And so I made this rule: every time I get back from school, I will eat if I'm really hungry, and then I will meditate. And right when I finish meditating, no matter what, I'm gonna sit on my desk and do the work. Even if you smacked me in the face while meditating, I don't care. After I finish meditating, I'm gonna go to my room and start doing the work. That's the rule that I've made for myself so I can like stop procrastinating. Now this might sound somewhat cringe, like the 10-minute procrastination hack, but these small things, bro, you don't get it. These small things that you do here and there will make you unprogram yourself and will give you like a stepping stone so you can level up your ability to do the work by yourself. Because how many times you kept procrastinating for a project for like months, and now you sit down to do it and it's actually really easy, and now you regret the time that you kept procrastinating in. And so you've just made this one rule, you could have saved weeks. And meditation will like help you focus too and be more present and aware, and basically help you be more productive in that work session. And so I'm literally doing two productive things on top of each other, and I made them a rule. And you could do this with any other habit, like making your bed or like drinking a coffee or cleaning your room. I don't know, just habit stack something with your work and make it a rule to do it after that single habit. I've copied this tool from the book Atomic Habits, which will give you another more tools that will help you do the work by yourself. And so you could read if you want. I'll probably link the PDF in the description. And now let's get to the final point, is to optimize your productivity. Now this final point is like more advanced, right? This is when you get to like a decent skill of doing the work by yourself, but you're still gonna be making some dumb mistake that will ruin your productivity. Because if you didn't know, the stuff that you eat in the morning and in lunch and in dinner will affect your productivity by like 500% if you're like really making some dumb mistakes like I was doing. And same thing with when you wake up and when you work out, and or what type of work that you should do in different times of the day, and like how you work out, what's the length of your workouts, and what exactly you're doing in your workouts matters a lot. Really, bro, it matters a lot, and you could make a 500% difference in your productivity like I've just said. So I made a video where I give you some advanced techniques to boost your productivity, which is called 10 things that 10x my productivity. The same thing with this video, 6 lessons that I've learned after 1 year of self-improvement. Those 2 videos that I will link there will help you a lot. And so go watch them if you feel like you've progressed enough to start leveling up your productivity more and implementing even more points. And if you want me to level up your ability to do the work by yourself and boost your productivity by 1000%, you can check my self-improvement coaching. I've linked it in the description. And as always, there's no time when you're ready to take action.